Today is Monday, June 12th. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, a.m. The other night when I had to leave to go do something else, I had laid out and mounted one of the rear stabilizer mounts. I had already laid the drill holes out previously, but when I came out this morning, I was kind of anxious to get that finished up. It came out well. Everything here is set and connected where it is. I small pilot holed them first, all of them, and I've got 30 millimeters from the top of the longeron to the top of the bracket, and it's the same on every single one of them. I use a square to mount them. Perfectly dead nuts, square, no gaps anywhere. So that came out well. I also did the top skin doubler for that hole there. 12 rivets, pitch 40. Just did the cross sections 10 millimeters in from the edge of the skin, drew my lines and put the pilot holes in. Then on the other side, I did the same thing here. And they come out well. The reason I've got the larger clecos in here is when I made my one pilot hole here, of course, there's no way to clamp it. So I've got my level on there. I've got my line drawn, my center line is drawn on the upright for the tail upright. And I know that them were spot on. And what happened was it moved a little bit on me and it was not square. So what I did is I aborted that hole, redid it, got it, and I drilled this hole. And lo and behold, it moved again. So it was off. It wasn't off much, probably not even a half a millimeter. But I'm kind of particular. So I aborted that hole and came to this hole and started it, and that one was spot on. So then I held my square and I pilot sized all the rest of these with the smaller clecos, and then when I was done, because a few of these holes were just a shad off, what I did is I replaced the smaller clecos with the A4s, and then I went through and went up and stepped up one size hole, which made the holes nice and uniform, and it is perfectly square and spot on. Just little things you look at. You know, if I'd gone through and drilled all them holes with it being off, it would have been a lot harder to recover from it. But because I changed my the hole that I was going to go off from for height, I actually got it right on the third attempt, and then did the upper holes and got it steady and nice and tight on there with clecos, and I just re-drilled them with the next size bigger. They actually have to be drilled one more size to the A5s, because they're A5, the larger rivet is going to go in that. I'm not going to rivet any of that until I actually start positioning the rear tail stabilizer on here. So just a little thing that actually I worked through and it worked out. Things to remember when you're doing it: one drill hole at a time, measure and make it right. So it came out well. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them longerons off on the back flush. I'll trim them down and get it done, and then I'm going to come up to the front and I'm going to start working on this baggage area right here, which I'm going to have to do a little research on how it goes next. I probably, actually, I'm going to back up a step. I'm getting the cart ahead of the horse. I have to, the top skin's been cleaned, everything's been cleaned. I have to rivet that all down, and I'm going to rivet it all like I did here. I didn't do any rivets past this upright here. So none of these holes are riveted. I just want to make sure I don't have anything in, so I'll keep that clecoed. I'm going to do the same thing on the top. I'm going to come up and I'm going to rivet up to this one right here, leaving this cleco in forward. And I'll get the top skin riveted down. Like I said, it's already all been cleaned up. and I'll get that riveted down. Probably gonna stand right up on that table and do it. Glad I built a nice sturdy table. So I can get some of my Clecos back here in a few minutes. So that's progress so far, and my next step, not the baggage area, is going to be squaring this. I have to cut the gussets in the back for the rudder cables to go through. I have to trim them out, but I have to square this across and get my line squared. And then what I'm going to do is I'll put those gussets, some corner gussets, in everywhere where they need to be. Nice thing about it is I did not have to bend any of my L angles. Everything actually lined up beautifully on the back side. So that worked out well, and I guess I'll get to work on that. See you next time.